Hello guys, my name's Scott. I'm here with Traditional Wet Shaving Reviews. Today what I'm going to be reviewing is this razor here, which is a Merkur 34G. It's just identical to the 34C, it's just this one is gold. This one here, you know these razors, you twist the bottom. They're two-piece razors. You pull them out. The blade I'm going to be using today is a Derby Premium blade. Put this back together. The soap for today is Bigelow. It's just a sample soap that I had. And the brush for today is a Wild West Brushworks brush. I love these brushes. He does a fantastic job. And as you can see, it's got the older coin, which from what I'm hearing, he just started coming out with the same coin, you know, with the cactus on it, that you can get now in his new brushes, but they have like a black background in between them, which I thought was kind of cool. Gonna lather up some. I already put some of the soap in the bowl here. I don't get all fancy. I mean, you guys can see I'm using an old Walmart bowl from we got with some kind of soup or something in it. It's got grooves in it. It does great for lathering. So, how are you guys been? You guys been having some good shaves, and hopefully you're spending time with the family around the holidays, not working too much. Out Christmas shopping, getting all that fun stuff going. I'll tell you what, so far, I've never used this soap. So far, it makes a wonderful lather. Let me wet the face a little bit. I shaved last night on our Facebook group. Actually, I'm helping a buddy of mine. Me and him both started a Facebook group. It's Craving Shaving. And then I just started one for all of my subscribers. It's of course the same name as the YouTube channel. Traditional wet shaving reviews. I'm trying to get it going and doing live shaves in there, and most of my live shaves right now is just in the Craving Shaving group, because I think I got 9 people in the Traditional Wet Shaving Reviews group. So far, the scent on this soap, it's got a lot of eucalyptus. I mean, you can really smell it. But it seems to do a fantastic job at lathering. I like that. I like that about a soap. You know, that, and if it's slick, a lot of cushion. There we go. First pass. No pressure at all. You know, that's one of the things I love about DE razors. Is you can actually flip them around. I really got to watch it though, because my neck, when I first started wet shaving, my neck was breaking out real bad. I can't shave with a cartridge razor at all. I've tried it multiple times. If I do, my neck, it just looks horrible. I mean, big old red spots everywhere. You know, it makes me want to be afraid to go outside. So I kind of, you know, that's how I got started into this. I watched reviews on Facebook or on a YouTube, and then I got to looking it up on Facebook, and I seen there was a lot of groups on Facebook, and you know, a lot of good guys on Facebook. It's into this hobby that's willing to help out, give you some tips and pointers. And the only thing with this hobby is it's, you're not, you can't take nobody's, I mean, I can't say you can't take nobody's advice. You can take people's advice. It's just the thing with it is like if it works, if something works good for one person, it might not work good for the other. So it's kind of trial and error. I mean, soaps, I say if the soap works good for one, it's going to work good for another. The only thing with the soaps is that I've noticed is maybe your water. You know, if you got hard water, some soaps do a little bit different. You know, if you got hard water than if you got softer water. But other than that, it's the blades mainly. I've seen a lot of talk about blades. You know, this blade's good, this blade's bad, this blade's, you know, sharper than this blade. And it, to me, when I first started this, I've seen a lot of people talk about different blades and what was the best. And one blade that I know I can't use and a lot of people uses and a lot of people loves them, it's called Persona. To me, I couldn't use them. Derby Extra, to me, that's a blade that I cannot use at all. I mean, I can't use that one at all. It really messes me up. My favorite blades is the Gillette Silver Blue and the Gillette Platinum. I talk about this a lot. There's Wilkinson sword blades. Some of them, you know, it says Gillette on them. Gillette Wilkinson sword. Now, I don't know what the difference is. Maybe it's just me, but I can use the Gillette Wilkinson sword, but I can't use the Wilkinson sword. It just, it don't work that well. For me, anyway. Like, and I've heard talk about the Derby Extra blades and the Derby Premium blades is the same blade. Well, I'm here to tell you, I'm using the Derby Premium now in this razor, and it's fine. I've had no problems out of these blades. I've used them in multiple razors. They're not my favorite blades, but they work. Now, I do know that some razors work better with different blades in them, even for me. But so far, this razor here, every blade I've stuck in it has done all right. I really like this razor though. It's smooth. At least to me it's smooth. Really efficient. I get a pretty close shave out of it. But it's just whatever works for you. See, if I wanted to, I could stop there and be done. I mean, even if I had to work tomorrow, which I've been off work since the 20th of this month due to, well, actually the 18th. I worked the day before well, I guess it'd be 2 days before my surgery. I just had back surgery. That's why I'm sitting down and not standing at a sink like most, normal people and YouTubers do when they're shaving. It's kind of hard for me to stand at the sink holding a walker and trying to shave at the same time, or holding onto the sink, and to me it's just better if I sit down. I got a little mirror set up here, my phone. I got a little table, two little tables in front of me. One's got a pretty good sized bowl on it with water in it. And then I got another table over here. It's got a pretty good sized bowl. It's a smaller bowl, just with water in it that I can stick my brush in and get water out of it. Or that's the one I put my razor in to clean my razor out with. And then I use the one in front of me, that water, to clean my face off. I'm telling you what, this brush too, it does great. I've not had any bad things that I can say about this brush. The Craving shaving brushes, have not had anything bad I can say about them. I love the my Craving shaving brush. But I like to switch them up. You know, I don't want to use the same brush every day. I mean, that's like the soaps. You know, I got a lot of sample soaps that I'm still trying, and you know, I mean, you're not gonna know unless you try them. You know, you try stuff out. That's the whole name of this wet shaving. There's loads of stuff to try. And you'll never, ever run out of things to try. Now, let's see here. I really gotta be careful around my neck because it's still, it'll break out if I try to go either across the grain or with the grain on my neck. You know, right in here don't bother me so bad, you know, or even up top of my neck, but down at the bottom, like right here, is one of my trouble spots, you know, and it really, I gotta watch it. I really like this razor, just for the simple fact that it's a razor that it's not hard to find the angle. I mean, you know, when I first started, which ain't been too long ago, to be honest with you, a friend of mine let me use his razor, and he had a couple of them he had let me use, like one for a while and then another one, and until I got my own. And some of the razors he had, I don't remember the name of it. It was a newer razor, but it was hard to find. I mean, you know, like this. And he told me, you know, stick it on your face, pull it up until you can feel the blade, and then start going down. Or do it, stick it here and pull it down until you find the blade, and then do it. Well, this one here, it doesn't matter. I mean, I just stick it to my face, and it's like it's there. You know, I don't have to worry about trying to find the blade. I've never had a problem with irritation out of this razor. I've tried several blades in it. Alright, well, looks like that part's done. I try to do these videos at night when my kids are asleep, and so it's not so noisy, but it sounds like my daughter's waking up. So if you guys hear her crying, I'm sorry about it. I mean, if you guys got kids, you know how it is. You know, she's 8 months old. She just wakes up early in the morning and wants her bottle, and she gotta be fed. So, and you can't, kids are very unpredictable. You can't never tell what time they're gonna wake up or what time they're gonna be hungry. I love them. I got 3. I got a 6-year-old, I got a 2-year-old, and an 8-month-old baby girl. My 2 oldest is boys. my 2-year-old, he actually has Down syndrome, and I hear a lot of people talking, that the Allen block that I did use, guys, was the Gentleman John. Everybody when he was a baby was always like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry," and I'm like, you sorry for what, They're like, "Oh, well, you got a Down syndrome baby," and I said, well, you know what, we knew that before we had him, I mean, don't be sorry, I'm happy. I mean, to me, that's more of a blessing than it is anything to be sorry about. I love my son to death. He's a good kid. He didn't even cry when he was cutting teeth. I mean, that boy hardly ever cries. Now, my daughter, on the other hand, she's something else. The aftershave balm that I'm going to be using is I Am King by SeanJ. It's pretty good stuff. I like the smell of it. I've been using a lot of splashes instead of the bombs. So it's just a little change for me. I mean, like I said, when you're in this, you want to change stuff up. I mean, everybody's like, and when I first started doing this, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to find a razor I really like, and I'm going to stick with that razor. I'm going to find a brush I like and a soap I like, and I'm just going to use that soap. Let me tell you, it don't work that way. You think that's how it's going to be, but it never ends up that way. And everybody I've talked to said the same thing. But as for this razor, that was a pretty good shave. I didn't get no stinging at all out of none of that. There's no worry about blade alignment, especially in this 2-piece razor. I mean, even with your hands wet, you can still grab it and it turns right open. I mean, the inside of it has got your long post and then 2 short posts that holds the blade in there perfect. And then, of course, you got where the blade goes down, and then your post goes down. So there's no movement there. I mean, you can't even wiggle that back and forth. So to me, this would be a great starter razor. Great. I mean, I would go with this, and if this is, because I would say this would be about, on a scale between a 1 to 10, me personally, I've heard a lot of people say it'd be a 4, but I'd say it's about a 5. It's right in the middle. It's not too aggressive and it's not too mild. It's just right there. But that's going to be the end of it for right now. If you guys could, there's join us on Facebook, and I'll put the description on Facebook. I'll put my email address, and everything that I used in the bottom in the description. If you could, remember to hit that like button and that subscribe button, and stay tuned for the next video, and have a good one. Thanks for watching.